Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is TT, Tommy's Adventures. Today I'm down on the boulevard. I'm going to do a walk and talk on the west side of the street, so it's going to be a little bit different. But thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking, and enjoy my video. But this is the boulevard in downtown Dumaquette on the west side of the boulevard. Okay, getting ready to walk down the west side of the boulevard. Across the street is the boulevard. Already done a video of that. Now we're going to be walking down the west side. We're here on Rizal Boulevard in Dumaquette, and in the previous video I already mentioned who Rizal was. He was a nationalist who was executed back in the 1800s for leading a peaceful demonstration against Mexican or Spanish rule. So anyway, we're going to start walking along the boulevard. But we're across from the park, and the first place we come to is Jerry's Restaurant and Bar. Eaten there a few times when I first moved here. Very good chicken. They would give you 5 pieces of chicken and some potato wedges. Kind of pricey, but normally I would eat like 3 pieces of chicken and the potato wedges, take the other 2 pieces home, and that would be my lunch the next day. So in that aspect, it wasn't too bad. And then we're coming up to Starbucks. This is one of the Starbucks here in Dumaquette. They have seating downstairs. They have tables and chairs in the back. They have seating upstairs. And I just came here, don't come here very often, but just came here a few weeks ago when I had to go to immigration, and they've opened up this area for seating. So there's a nice, plenty of seating area. The whole upstairs is actually for Starbucks, and you can actually sit out on the balcony. But this is the Starbucks. It's the famous leaning tree. Next we come up to Bethel Guest House. It is a religious-owned hostel. Don't know a lot about it. It's religious based, so I hear there's no smoking, there's no girls, there's no drinking. As far as prices go, I don't know how their prices are, but it's religious based, so something that I'm not interested in. Traffic is very light today. Usually you can't, there's just bumper to bumper traffic through here, but it's pretty early in the day. But as you can see, there's lots of restaurants along the west side of the boulevard. Strikes. The only way to get around in Dumaquette, if you don't have a car or a scooter, either a trike, the series bus, or a jeepney. If you go to Manila or Cebu or Bacolod, Iloilo, they have Grab, which is like our version of Uber, and you can get a Grab vehicle, or you can order food. But they don't have Grab here in Dumaquette. They don't have taxis here in Dumaquette, so really the only way to get around is either on a trike, hobble, jeepney, van, or a bus. But here's another restaurant, Alberto, which Spanish Oh, this place, ice cream place, just opened up and it's closed. I don't know if it's closed permanently or if it's just for the day, but this place just opened up. The place you can pick up money if you have a wire to yourself. Cebuana. They have Cebuana, USSC, Western Union. Um, bunch of places that you can pick up money. That's normally what I do is I just wire myself my monthly budget and then pick it up. It costs me, I do it remotely, so it costs me $4.99, and then of course the exchange rate is a little bit less, so um, that's how they make their money. It is getting to be election season here, so they have election posters all over the place. If you also notice, I forgot to mention, you notice that all the tents that were up last time I did a video on that side of the boulevard are now gone. It's after Christmas, so they're all gone. Now we're coming up on Honeycomb. Honeycomb is a restaurant, hotel, slash bar. I used to come down here practically every Saturday. Just came down here Friday night to meet up with some friends. Hadn't been here for a long time, but they have live entertainment here pretty much every night. So this is, if I'm gonna go have a few drinks, this is usually where I go because they have live music. And they have some pretty good bands. That's one thing about the Philippines is there's a lot of musical talent. Sorry, I can't speak. I'm watching where I'm walking because the roads here, if you have trouble walking, the sidewalks here are not the best for walking. We're now Why Not? Good food here, very reasonably priced, and they give you healthy helpings. It's also the bar, the disco, where everybody hangs out. You go there and it'll be packed with very loud music, and so don't go there very often. Not my kind of place. If I was young and single, maybe, but where I'm at now, Max's Restaurant, ate there once, wasn't really impressed. Yellow Cab, Manhattan style pizza, a little bit overpriced. It's pretty comparable to US prices, but it's very good pizza. Get it every once in a while. And I forgot to mention back at Why Not, they do have pizza there for a lot less money, and it's a pretty decent pizza. But if you want Manhattan style thin crust pizza, Yellow Cab is the place to go. Sans Raval, they have their restaurant, and then behind they have their bakery. It's supposed to be really good. We just go there once in a while to pick up cookies. If we're going to Cebu, Esperanza will stop there, pick up some cookies to take back to her family in Cebu. They're pretty famous for their cookies. Chin Lung, it is a Chinese restaurant, very reasonably priced, give you a really good helping, and also very reasonably priced. So if you want a cheap dinner, Chin Lung would be one of the places you'd want to check out. As you can see, they're still doing all the construction next door, or across the street, I'm sorry, where they're doing the adding on to the boulevard. All along the boulevard you have restaurants, bars, Prudential Guarantee, which is where I have my insurance for my vehicles. Used to go with Standard, which is down off of Silliman. up by Silliman College, but Prudential seemed to be a little bit more reasonably priced and actually have a little bit better coverage. Casablanca restaurant, very good food, although I heard that a couple of years ago the food was much better. But it is kind of expensive. And then actually behind that is a culinary school. So if you want to learn how to be a chef, they actually have their own culinary school. But this is what you hear when you walk along the boulevard. Everybody is beeping their horns and they'll run you over if you're not paying attention. This is a bank. And then, of course, hello, hello, walla walla. And just like Mexico, you have your beggars. But like I used to tell people in Mexico, there's no safety net here in the Philippines. You don't have welfare. You don't have SNAP. You don't have Social Security to speak of. So you can't be angry with them because they're doing what they can to make money. And, you know, if it's either beg or starve, they're going to beg. Hello. Hello, everyone. That's a bar. Used to be called Bogarts. Now I think it's called Game On. Sad thing is, anytime you walk by there, even if it's 10 o'clock in the morning, you're going to find a bunch of foreigners sitting in there drinking, which is really sad. I mean, living in paradise. You have the ocean, you have waterfalls, you have swimming with turtles, swimming with dolphins, swimming with tiger or whale sharks, waterfalls, mountains, and they sit in a bar all day long and drink and complain about how unfair life is. And if that's the case, you know, they should have just stayed where they were at. This is 1888, I believe is the name of the restaurant. I haven't eaten here, but I've heard good things. It's also a hotel that just opened up not that long ago. But it is right on the boulevard. But there's a hotel, and then there's a restaurant. I believe it's called 1888. I'm looking for a sign, but I don't see one anywhere. But they're supposed to have really good food. I have a friend who's eaten there, and he said it is really good food. Here's one of the many body massage places that you can go to. Ground Zero, which is a coffee shop, is up this road. Then you have Bo's Coffee, Tom and Tom's Coffee, which is where I'm going to stop and grab a coffee. You have Sarge's Barber Shop. That's where I go to get my hair cut usually. It's westernized, it's very clean. They'll give you a shave on the neck and a massage when you're done. And can't walk around through here because people just stop along the side of the road. But anyway, Sarge's, they'll give you a massage afterwards. I don't know why that turned off, but anyway, it's 150 pesos for a haircut, very westernized. 150 pesos is less than $3. I'll usually give them 200 pesos, so less than $4. I get a haircut, although I just went and got a haircut at a place right down the street from, actually within walking distance of my new apartment, and it was 60 pesos, but not quite as good a job as you can get a Sarge's. But I had long hair when I first moved here, and it was probably over 10 years or longer since I had a haircut back in the States. But you know, back in the States, it's going to be 15. I think I was paying around 15 bucks and another $5 per tip. So you're not going to walk out of a barber shop, not a hairstylist, just a regular barber shop. You're not going to walk out for less than 20 bucks. And here, for less than $4, including a tip, I can get a nice haircut with a massage. So again, there's a lot of things here that are very, very inexpensive. Tom and Tom's Coffee, which is a chain of coffee shops. They're all over the Philippines. I've seen them in Bacolod. I've seen them in Iloilo. I've seen them in Cebu. I would assume that they have them in Manila. They're pretty much all over the place, but they're pretty good and a little bit more better, reasonably priced than Starbucks. This is the Bricks Hotel. I've never been in there, but it's a pretty famous hotel here on the boulevard. I have a friend who said he's been in there and he said it was kind of concrete-like, and so it wasn't really, really nice, but I've never been in there, but it's pretty famous down here in the boulevard. Plenty of construction going on. This place, I don't know what it's going to be, but they've been working on that forever. And then now we're basically at the end of where I'm going to do the video, because now we're at Silliman Ave, and we have Silliman University, and I will do another video at some point of Silliman University. But this is how people drive in the Philippines. There are no stop signs, there are no stop lights. Everybody just goes, and how there's not multiple accidents, I don't know. And this is actually light traffic. It's usually a lot worse than that. So there goes the series bus. You can pretty much go anywhere. My girlfriend will take the series bus all the way to Cebu. They go north of here up to Sibulan, get on a ferry, go over to Cebu Island, and then go all the way up to Cebu. It's about an 8-hour trip, but very reasonably priced, and you can go. I went from Bacolod here on a bus, which I will never do again. No air conditioning, although the one to Cebu supposedly does have air conditioning, but no restrooms. So you got to hold it for quite a while, but they do make stops, a few pit stops on the way. But if I'm going to go to Cebu, I'd much rather spend the 4 hours, 4.5 hours on a ferry, or the 1 hour on a airplane, and 8 hours on a bus. But that is the west side of the boulevard. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you like. I hope you subscribe. And if give me a thumbs up, I would.